We are going to be the most honest podcast ever. I know that some people will get offended because he just called a fat body ugly body, and I just want to correct him. He's totally right. That's right. If you're fat, you're ugly. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ODYSSEY'S Echo podcast, our first ever episode. Today we are with Justin. Well, his real name is actually, what again? Ashton Duffy?
Exactly.
But his short name, or his nickname, is actually Justin. Can you please explain to us why your name is Justin?
Well, in Thailand, there's this thing where actually Thai parents, since the real name is always too complicated, too long, they just give you a nickname, right? Just a name where everyone calls you every single day, but your real name just still remains your legal name.
Yeah, basically like a middle name.
Yeah.
So anyways, my name is Rubens Attal. I am the host of ODYSSEY'S Echo podcast. Well, you could call him the co-host because he's going to be with us most of the episodes. And welcome to episode 1. Thank you very much for joining us. And today is only about introduction of ODYSSEY'S Echo podcast, what House Tilak is, basically our business, and much more to come. Like we have we have a lot of things to basically introduce. So let's just start off by talking about what ODYSSEY'S podcast is. Do you want to tell us, or do you want me to tell them?
I'll say it.
All right.
So ODYSSEY'S Echo podcast is all about us wanting to motivate every teenager to become and have the same mindset as us. And also ODYSSEY'S Echo, it's about sharing our opinions on the world, on the world, and on success, and on many different subjects, where we're really here to show you guys our perspective and to tell you guys the truth about everything and the truth about you.
Now, you guys might be wondering, okay, well, there's tons of podcasts that I could listen to instead of you guys. What makes you different and unique? First of all, this would be mostly a podcast about teenagers. Basically, we are teenagers and we want to spread a message that if we teenagers can create our own business, create our own podcast, basically following our dreams, then I'm pretty sure every single other teenagers can do it. I'm 17, he's 16, and we have another member who is how old is Steven? 15?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, so he's 15. As you can see, we are in the middle of our teenage years. So basically, we are just trying to spread the message that if we can do it, you can definitely do it, right?
Exactly.
So ODYSSEY'S Echo podcast, he just explained to you guys what it is. I want this podcast to be not only, something that can give you guys knowledge, but also something that can, be humorous, something that can help you guys,
help you guys find your path.
Yeah, exactly. And not only just that, we wanted to be funny. We wanted to be entertaining, fun, stuff like that. This is our first episode, so don't expect us to be like the best podcasters. We're still trying our best. But anyways, let's get on to the next subject. What is House Tilak? So I'm going to explain it myself as the owner of House Tilak. I am the founder. There is my friend in the back. His name is Smart. He is the co-founder of House Tilak. Justin is the manager for English and French clients. And basically, yes, it's a real estate business, a real estate firm. So, okay, wait a second. You just said that you're 17, right? That's right. I'm 17 and I own my own real estate agency. So how does that work? Justin, you actually want to explain, because we both live in Thailand. We know how it works. So you should explain how I managed to start my own business.
All right. So he started his own business by, first of all, having the idea of it. And then after he had the idea, basically all that was missing to start a real estate agency, or to be honest, that's the advantage of being in Thailand, is that since we're Thai citizens, and even if we're 16 and 17, we can still work without any legal issues. And for every single document and legal issues the agency needed to accomplish, his parents were there to help with us.
So yeah, basically, look, I told many people my real age. I don't really like to lie. And so when people ask me for my age, when I do this sort of work, I tell them my age. And usually you would expect them to get a bad response because you're young, right? It's actually quite the opposite. They actually are surprised, and they actually like that you're a young entrepreneur. They see ambition. They see a young person who's ready to like strive, ready to make money. Most teenagers nowadays, maybe one of you guys are watching us, most of you guys probably just, you know, stay at home, play games, and study. The question is that really what you want to do? If it's actually what you want to do, then keep going ahead of it. But if you have other plans in mind, you know, you want to start your own business, your own brand, like Justin wants to start his own brand. Sorry, that was my phone. And let's say, 1 second. Okay. And so let's say you want to do something, you want to make money, you want to be different, basically, right? You want to stop being broke, being nothing, basically, and you don't want to be a loser anymore, right? So what you're trying to do is not what you're trying to do. Sorry, you just have this idea of like you want to become this and that, but you're doing nothing. So how do you think I started out? I started the same way. I wanted to be so many things. I wanted to, like, especially rich. I've always wanted to have a lot of money. So if I'm just gonna, like, you know, sit around, do nothing with my life and just like study school, eventually that's never gonna get you where I want to be, right?
Yep.
So the way I changed things up is, you know, I studied a lot of things online. Like I studied how to use Canva, how to edit, how to build a website. I started all of this at a very young age, and I slowly built up for many years. Then it was up to the point when I was 15, 16, I had to find a way to make money. Like I wanted to create my own things. So I first started out with drop shipping. I was not a big fan of it. Plus I had to be 18 years old because they were asking too many things like online, and it wasn't really, I was merely focused on like Europe and American, like I was targeting Europe and America, which was like a bad idea. So that didn't really work out well. So I moved on to I moved on to digital marketing. Problem with digital marketing is that I just had no idea like how to spread my talent to other people and make them find it. So I slowly started to do other things. I tested many things. This didn't work out, that didn't work out. And eventually, my friend Smart, he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, bro, me and my dad, like, we kind of have this like real estate business going on. Like, my dad just builds the houses, and I just like want to find clients." So that he just came up to me with this idea of real estate. And while I was finding my own path, I was always interested in real estate, but I just didn't know how to start correctly. So when my friend came up to me, it was much easier because we basically had our backs. When we didn't know how to do something, another person would like encourage us to do this, and you get the point. Like we really worked together out to create this real estate firm, which at the end it actually worked out pretty well. And now we're just trying to build our real estate firm, trying to get more clients, we're just wanted to be much bigger. And so that's why I made Justin our manager for English and French people, because he will manage his own team, because Justin's part of my team. You get the point. So for Justin to work with us, it was a really rough road, right, Justin? Do you want to explain?
All right, I'll explain. So I've also always had the same ambition as Rubens. I've always wanted to be rich, have lots of money, have freedom, and to be someone special in life. For example, my dream is also to be a singer or a music producer or whatever in the music area. I've always wanted to have success in my life. I feel like, you just have one life. For all you know, you just have one life. And imagine just wasting it on just always like worrying, paying the bills and shit like that. So I've always had this ambition, but I didn't act on it until very long. It took me a huge while to act on it. Before, when I was 14 years old, I was the same.
Huge while? You mean it took you a while?
Well, isn't that the same? A huge while?
Can you say huge while?
A huge...
That sounds really weird. Just say a while. It's fine. Keep going.
It took a while, right? But for when I was 14 and 15, I was staying in my room all day playing games, and I was just basically a geek and a loser. When I came back, because at that time I was living in Sweden, and then when I came back to Thailand, I started being motivated again to do something with my life. I started trying to go out way more, hanging out more. I tried to exercise more, and I also tried to socialize more, talk with more people. And then my auntie has this little smoothie shop at the big mall in Pattaya, and I went there to work so I could gain some experience with talking with strangers, and that is what for me is a skill that I learned that is really essential. And of course, I still have to learn for me to master that skill to speak with strangers, but it's a great experience to get. But even so, afterwards, after that, I went on a vacation, and then when I came back, I was still motivated to make money. And then I had a little rough patch in the last few months where, for some reason, I kind of lost all motivation.
He was sitting and sleeping all day doing nothing.
Yes. The thing is, he actually proposed for me to work at the real estate at first. And at first,
like in the beginning of our real estate, he means like when we were just building it.
And for some reason, out of stupidity, for some reason, I just didn't really believe in it that much. I thought it wasn't my calling. I thought I wouldn't be good at doing all of that. But I did a lot of thinking, and sometimes in life you just gotta think. You gotta think about yourself. Look yourself in the mirror, and ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you have to look yourself in the mirror sometimes and question yourself, and really question if you're really happy or not. Me personally, I was happy, but I was not happy with how low, how much I did nothing. I was very ashamed of myself, of not exercising, of not working, and not bringing money, and not providing money for my girlfriend. So I was just thinking, and then he came and gave me a second chance, and this time I took the right decision. I took my fingers out of my ass, and I started finally doing something and working. These last few days I've been very busy with
you mean the third chance, by the way. It was a third chance.
Okay, fine, third chance. But basically these last few days I've been very busy doing lots of things, and I feel way better than before. In my opinion, the more you do stuff, the more you have things to do, the earlier you wake up in the morning, the more energy you have, the more productive, and the more you believe in yourself that you can make it, that you can be successful if you keep going down that path, instead of staying in your own comfort zone and not ever stepping out of it. And it took me a while to step out of it, I admit. I was very ashamed of it, but now I'm here. And I'm very proud of myself these last few days. I think I've done very well, and I count on doing even better. And also, one of my goals is also to lose weight. And I'm gonna promise this to you guys, because this podcast is about giving you the right mindset. See, we want to show you that our mindset is the right mindset. So I promise you guys that in a few months you're going to see me losing weight. I will show you that our mindset is the right mindset by losing weight for you guys. So you see this body, this ugly body, it will become a nice body.
I know that some people will get offended because he just called a fat body ugly body, and I just want to correct him. He's totally right. That's right. If you're fat, you're ugly. It's just that simple, right? I'm not gonna be all right, so also we're gonna be we are going to be the most honest podcast ever, right? Exactly. We're not gonna talk about some things because we can't talk about some things, but we're gonna be really honest with you. So I forgot to mention this real quick. Thank you for telling us your story. We'll get back to it later. I just forgot to mention this. We will also be talking about relationship problems, about girls, women in general, etc. From what we have experienced and what I know. I might be wrong. So this is the thing about being a teenager too. I might be right and I might be wrong, right? But I want to show my perspective of you as in my age of, let's see what you guys say about it, right? I might be right, I might be wrong. You guys can discriminate me. I don't care. So anyways, we're also going to talk about, of course, business, a bit of politics, and basically all the important what's it called, subjects. Yeah, all the important subjects that that there is to talk about. It's not only going to be about for teenagers and business, but it's going to be basically about everything. So okay, now let's get back to what Justin was saying. So basically you're saying that you're gonna definitely lose weight, right?
Yes.
Do you have a plan?
I do. I am actually planning to start a healthy diet, because diet is, well, apparently 80% of the journey to lose weight. So I'm gonna start eating more Greek yogurt and stuff like that, like Ruben suggested me, because he's also having a diet to bulk up. Me, I have to have a diet to lose weight, and also I'm trying to do runs in the morning, even though it's a bit complicated, because at night I usually sleep late because a long day of work, and I have to wake up early because in Thailand it's very, very hot for a morning run. But I did do a morning run Tuesday, so I'm pretty proud of myself. And I'm gonna run again tomorrow, but I'm not just gonna do that. As soon as I can, I'm gonna get myself a gym subscription. I'm gonna spend around an hour every day at the gym, or every 2 days. And also I'm gonna get back into boxing whenever I can. And then in terms of, that's my plan to lose weight, and I won't let you guys down, and I'll show you that if you guys can share my mindset, you guys can also lose weight or achieve anything you want, that you really want to achieve. So that's just how I got here.
About the sleeping part, I think, in order to become what you want to become, I think you, in a way, you have to sacrifice some sleep. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the journey of becoming what you want to be, right? You have to sacrifice many things, and one of that is sleeping. For example, last night I stayed up until 4 a.m. Yeah, no, 3 a.m. Sorry. I stayed up around until 3 a.m. just like literally being on like all my business, just working. I was on Facebook and on social media and everything, like just basically creating, just basically working nonstop. I do admit I was watching a series while working, but that's what I do so I don't get like too bored. Like I like to watch series or like listen to series. I don't even watch, I just listen to it while like working like nonstop. And I work until really late, and then I wake up sometimes pretty early and sometimes a bit late. It just really depends. Today I woke up late because I just got my wisdom teeth removed, so I just needed a lot of rest. But usually I wake up early, and I just have to sacrifice a lot of sleep, which I really hate. But I know that in the long run, I will get what I set out to achieve. So yeah.
Completely agreed. Sometimes to just, make sure to fit all of your plan in one day, you have to sacrifice some sleep. I also, like last night, I slept very late, and because I had to wake up for a meeting. And it's very hard, but you have to do it. It's just the way to success. You cannot always tell yourself that you have to sleep 8 hours. You have to sacrifice some sleep. It's important, even though it's painful.
So, by the way, what we're sacrificing for is House Silak that you see behind us. House Silak, like I said, is our real estate firm. So we are basically located in Thailand. I don't know if we mentioned this, but I'm half French, half Thai. He's half English, or half Welsh, half Thai. And we live in Thailand. And so, And we are, So I want to suggest this to you guys. If you guys are looking a way to get out of America or out of Europe because due to political issues that's happening, or maybe because of the war or anything that you guys are uncomfortable about, you guys can literally come here in Thailand, right? You guys can literally live here. We'll take care of your visa. We'll take care of any paper issues, any work permits or anything. We'll take care of everything because we are also a credibility company, and we will find you basically any property that you need, condo, townhouse, house, anything that is in your budget, we can find it for you easily. All right, that's what's really good about our company, is that not only can we find anything you want and also take care of your paper issues, but we are also the biggest multilingual company in Pattaya. Well, no, sorry, in Thailand. There's no company here in Thailand that can have more than 10 that have agents that speak more than 10 languages. All right, we do. Well, I'm just gonna choose a few examples. So we can do English, French, Thai, Spanish, Italian, Russian, Chinese, or we got a bunch of other languages, but those are just the examples. So you get the point. You need someone that speaks your language. We probably got you. So anybody who's watching this at home somewhere in maybe in America, in Germany, or anywhere in Europe or Russia, we got you. You guys can come here. We'll get you the papers. We'll get the papers done, and we'll get your property. Everything you need. And if you want any travels, vacation, or anything, we got you.
Also, we should tell them why should why would it be a good idea for you to move to Pattaya when they're at least come to vacation here? Pattaya is I've personally visited 22 countries. I've been on holidays to many places. I've lived in 4 different countries. And all I can say is Pattaya is a one of a kind of a city. It is. I've been to so many places, and it's really special. For example, it doesn't have that much. It has lots of tall buildings, lots of really nice condos. In terms of the city's beauty, it is absolutely magnificent. The entire city is on 2 bays of beach, and the first bay, which is called Pattaya Beach, you have Central, like one of the best malls in Thailand. In my opinion, that was one of the best.
The mall is like right in front of the beach. Yeah, like you can see there's even the sunset right in front of it. There's like an area in the mall where everybody sits together and watches the sunset at this like a specific time.
Yes, and there's very nice balconies. And in the mall, of course, you have bowling, you have cinemas, you have arcade, you have so many.
Yeah, basically what malls have.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, but what I mean is in Thailand, it's kind of impossible to get bored if you come here on a vacation. There's many zoos. There's an aquarium. You can also do some karaoke nights. Go to
skydiving. What's it called? Airsoft, paintball. There's basically everything. Yeah, jet ski. There's basically everything. And not only can adults do it, but also a bunch of teenagers. Any teenagers can do them.
There's also a trampoline park and stuff like that.
There's everything here. Everything. And even teenagers can even drive bikes.
Exactly.
Motorcycles. Like we can literally like have so much fun here. You know what? I want to do this. If one of you guys who are watching, I actually want to fly one of you guys here. And if you want to live here, actually, we can even help you with that. But if you want us to fly you over here, then maybe that might be possible, right? Fly you over, and then we all record like ourselves, like having fun and everything. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we will invite you here, and we will take you throughout everywhere in Pattaya, and we'll make you have the time of your life. Trust me, we will.
All right. So, what was that? Who's here? Yes. Okay. Anyways, so the people don't know us, right? They might be asking themselves, okay, but I want to know more about you guys. You barely told us anything about you. So let's just interview each other so you guys could, see who we are. So Justin, by the way, is my best friend, right?
Yes, and Rubens is my second best friend. I'm just kidding. Of course, he's my best friend as well.
So, all right, Justin. So, how old were you? How old you said you were?
I am 16.
So, as a 16-year-old going into business, how does it feel?
I feel very proud.
Proud?
Yes, because
happier.
Happier as well.
Were you sad when you couldn't do any, anything with your life, like no business, no nothing? You felt like you were going nowhere in your life. Like, how did you feel? I
honestly felt like life is so stressful. I felt like life is ending. I just felt like the world was collapsing in a way, as in I thought, okay, that's the end for me. I'm just gonna have a shit ass like bloody life, and I'm not gonna go anywhere. And but then, since we hang out all the time, we always talk about how we want to start a business together. And finally, he finds the right idea, real estate. And then since I've been working here now, I've been like I've said before.
You feel like you're in the right place.
I feel like I'm in the right place finally, and I feel like I finally found my calling, which is talking to clients.
If there is actually anyone here who's from Pattaya or Bangkok or anywhere in Thailand, actually anywhere in the country, you guys are actually interested in doing business with us, as teenagers or maybe adults. If you guys are actually interested in working with us, we can actually make it work out. Just you will see where our Instagram is on our YouTube channel. So you go on our YouTube channel, DM us, and then we will do a review, see if you can work with us, and then we'll see. But if you are interested in working with us, it's totally possible. And we are really fair in our business, by the way. All right. So, you want to interview me too? You know, ask me a few questions so people know more about me?
All right, sure. So, Rubens, tell me, what makes Hausidak Palia wait, no, that's not a good question. No. Alright, Rubens, let me ask you, when you first met me, what did you think of me?
So I remember the first time you came up to me, you said like, hey, I know you from somewhere, like one of my friends know you. Said something like that, right? Like one of your friends like knows me, and you wanted to get to know me. First time I saw you, so here's the answer to your question. I thought you were this shy, weird, fat Chinese guy. I didn't know who you were. Like I just thought you were some Chinese weird guy, because he didn't have the same hairstyle back then, but he looked much more Chinese than now.
Yeah, I had a weird blonde type of coloring on my hair. Well, I'll just tell you guys straight away what I thought about the first time I saw him. I thought like, God damn, he looks a lot like Miguel Diaz from Cobra Kai. Like that, he looks Mexican, doesn't he? Is he like a brother or something? I was, you know, that's why that was like one of the main reasons. I also came to, I went to like talk to him. It's because I just wanted to know like, what if it's really him? You know, I wanted to double check. But yeah, when we met, it's really funny because when we met, we just talked for a bit, and then you know, we followed each other on Instagram, blah blah blah. And then about a week later, he invited me to hang out in a mall in Pattaya, one of the biggest malls. And then from that day forward, we hanged out. We saw each other every day for at least 3 months until I went on vacation to the USA.
And here's the thing about that's really good about our friendship. The reason why we are also good friends is because we always talked about our future. We always talked about our goals, our ambition, we always talked about money, basically. We always talked about what we have in common, which is like, you know, succeeding in our life. That's, I think, you know, one of the first steps in order to, you know, achieve something you want to do or be successful. I think one of the first steps that you should do is surround yourself with the people who have the same ideas as you. Don't talk about, you know, like, women or talk about cars and shit like that. I mean, of course you can talk about women and cars because they have something to do with success, but some people just only talk about women and cars, but they don't talk about money. This is the problem.
Or some people just talk about school.
We always talked about ideas, like, you know, we had this idea, that idea, maybe we could do this, maybe we could do that, and then we tried some, we failed a lot, and then, you know, eventually you just keep trying, and then eventually, you know, you can find something. But what I'm saying is that if you surround yourself with the right people with the right mindset, I think you can if you surround yourself with the right people and the right mindset, I think you can also, you know, slowly go to where you want to be. You just have to find the right people, I guess.
Yes. And also, something that we didn't mention, both of us are school dropouts. I dropped out around 6 months ago. He dropped out 2 years ago, was it?
Yeah, around 2 years ago, because I thought, you know, my parents, they are pretty supportive of me. This is one of the luckiest things I have in my life, is that my parents are super supportive of me. My dad, you know, instead of being like every other traditional parents where he's like, no, you must go to school, you must do this and that. My dad, you know, he thought about it. He saw me going to school. Actually, this is like the breaking point of like my dad's actually seeing that school wasn't right for me. I was in a French school, and my final exams were coming up, or like, you know, you have to do an exam in order to pass the next class. I don't know what that's called, but that was coming up. And English, the language English, was 0 points. Basically, if you do very good in English, it doesn't matter. It doesn't help you. When my dad saw that, my dad knew that like school wasn't right for me, because if you're gonna look at the English language, English is probably the most important language in the world. It's used internationally. Like, I traveled to many other countries, and like those countries, like people who couldn't speak like the language, like they all spoke English. You get what I mean? They all spoke English. Like when someone couldn't speak their native language, they would speak in English, right? Because it's an international language, obviously. So when my dad saw that English was 0 points, my dad knew that like the school wasn't right for me. Like school isn't where I wanted to be. So he just got me out of school because I also really hated school. The reason why I dropped out was because I saw that school wasn't right for me. I saw that school wasn't teaching me what I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn how to, you know, make money, build my own business. I want to learn things that school didn't taught me back then. So we just decided to drop out, and then I just slowly started building up my mindset skill. What about you?
Well, me, it was the exact same reason. I stayed at school until I was 16. I only had 2 classes left until I finished high school, but I always felt like school just wasn't my calling. I wasn't being taught what I wanted to know. There are some things where I thought it wouldn't really be useful in my life because I'm never going to use it. And I just feel like, okay, fine. If I do good grades, I can get a good diploma and I could, like, you know, get a good job. But to get a good job, a good diploma and everything, you have to do years of studies. And once you reach the age of 25, 26, you can finally start your first job. And even that, you're not going to start making lots of income yet. It's still going to take time. And you're going to be rich maybe by your 30s, but rich in not that rich. I'm pretty sure most of the jobs don't really make you a millionaire. Jobs are like careers in school, I think. I'm not exactly sure.
And the thing is that wait, but there are some people that don't want to be rich. What do you have to say about them?
Well, to be honest, for people that just are looking for a specific career, like being a lawyer, being a doctor, then school is the place for you. Because school, the good thing about school, if there's like a good thing to say about it, is that, you know, it gives you the job you want. If you want a specific job, school can offer it to you, even if you take years of study. If you're happy being a medical surgeon or something without being rich, then that's good for you and that's your life. But I'm just saying that, in my opinion, school isn't my calling, so I decided to drop out.
Yeah, but what do you think about the people who don't want to become rich, but also do not know what path they want?
I feel sorry for these people. I'm sorry, but how could you not want freedom? Do you want to always be stuck paying taxes? Honestly, come on. I personally believe that we're all lying to ourselves if we say that money doesn't buy happiness. The thing is that phrase, right? That sentence is like, I would say it's 80% true and 20% not true. As in, of course you can be happy if you're not like very rich, but you still have your family, you have your kids. As long as any human can still be happy with that. But still, if you really want to enjoy your life at your fullest, of course money buys happiness, because there are some things you just can't afford if you're not rich. I personally think the word, the phrase money doesn't buy happiness was invented by some rich guy. Just like, or like, it just became such a popular word to keep the poor people poor. To keep the poor people, yeah, actually it's true. Yeah, money doesn't buy happiness. It buys you freedom. Well, you know what's better than happiness? Freedom. That's what you didn't think about. Nothing's better than freedom. Right? You can be the happiest person ever, but you're just a fucking, you're just a slave. Yeah, I mean,
that's not freedom.
I know, but like, what I really don't understand is, if someone doesn't want to get rich, so does that mean you don't want to get everything you want? Like what the hell? So when you have like a dream, something you want to do.
Yeah, but most people don't even know what their dream is about. Oh, I want to become successful. Okay, but what do you want in that success? Most people don't even know.
Also, talking about that, there's something I feel like most teenagers lack a lot, is curiosity. I don't know how many people I know don't know shit about space, don't know shit about geography. If I ask them where's Jamaica, they're gonna tell me Africa. Or some people in France. Like I've had some friends, French friends, right? First of all, they don't speak English at all, which is, I think, whatever. And second of all, they cannot make the difference between England and USA. I asked them, okay, where's USA? Oh, isn't USA across the sea?
Bro, I know someone who thought Canada was America.
Oh my.
They were from Portugal.
Oh my goodness me! It's like it's like that guy thinks Cristiano Ronaldo's Argentinian. It just doesn't make sense. No, but seriously, what I mean is, some people really lack curiosity, and they just like they just don't care.
They do nothing but scroll reels all day.
Exactly.
Nothing but just scrolling. You know, if you think about it, what if every time you scrolled, it made like a list? How long would that list be? Probably more than 10 kilometers.
But well, we also spend time watching reels sometimes. It's also
I don't.
Yes, you do. I saw you many times before.
But bro, I only do it for like 2 minutes when like I need to pass the time fast. For example, when I'm waiting for a client to answer me and I got nothing else to do, yeah. I just scroll so that the time would pass faster because I'm impatient as hell for a client to reply. So as reply, boom, I'm done with the phone and I start working.
Completely agree, because me also, the reels is just to wait for something usually. I never watch reels because I want to watch reels. But the thing is, I feel like it's very important for everyone to educate yourself with general knowledge. Maybe a bit of history about the world wars. That's the least you can know about history. And also, yeah, like, goddamn, don't you want to know, like, why are we here? Why is there so many stars in space? Like, what the hell are we? Are we the only ones here? Like, honestly,
I don't care. I'm already comfortable with my life.
You see, for me. So you see, like, for me. Right, people who think that way, you're just gonna have a boring life, man. If you just don't know, if you just stay without knowing anything, it's like people that don't travel. Like, okay, if you don't travel because you can't, then that's fine. But I know people who are okay with never leaving the country, and where they don't care.
That I think is the saddest.
That is the saddest
life.
I will fucking listen to that, bro.
If you knew how beautiful our world is. If you just knew, but not everyone's rich like you guys. Or like, no, actually, not everyone has rich parents like you guys. Quite the opposite. Justin, let's take Justin as an example. Your dad is poor. Well, not now, but he was really poor. He couldn't even afford food.
I'll tell that story.
All right.
So between
1 second, you keep telling the story. Just give me a second.
All right. Between 2012 and 2017, right? My dad, my stepdad, he was working in Thailand, but how can I say this? His work wasn't really bringing him any money. He would barely make, per month, he would make around like $500, and it's really not a lot because he had so many things to pay and everything. But even with just $500 per month, right? Just that, he managed to take me between 2012 2017, I think, over 10 countries. And the thing is, with traveling, it doesn't always have to be, you don't always have to have lots of money. Just find an affordable plane ticket, find a cheap hotel, and just go visit all the historic monuments, and just talk with new people from the different countries, try different new food, see a new culture. Because the first time, because I grew up in Thailand, and the first time I went to Europe, it was breathtaking. Nothing was the same. It was colder. The air felt different. Everything felt so different. And for me, if really you've never been to another continent, you're missing out so much on discovering something you've never seen. And that's the thing, though. For me, not having money to travel is, for me, such a lame ass excuse, because my dad did it with $500. And we still went to Europe with that, and plane tickets are very expensive nowadays. Well, before it was actually a bit cheaper, but still, he took me to many places in Asia and Europe with just that amount of money.
Yeah, so you get the point. Like, he's just basically trying to say, even though his dad did not have a lot of money, they could still travel around.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, for my parents, it's different. I was born in Thailand, and we went to live in many other countries, which I agree, you do need some money for it, but my parents was they were definitely not wealthy. My dad was just really good at keeping like an average life, like average money. We went to multiple countries. We lived in many countries. It was mostly not only because like my dad just like then wanted to stay in this country or that country because personal reasons, but it was also so that I would learn more. I would be more quote unquote advanced than the other teenagers, you know, because traveling to a country and living in another country, like multiple different countries, is a totally different thing. Because when you live in a country, you see different people, different culture, everything's different, right? It's like you're on another planet. Everything's completely different. Then you go to another country, everything's different again. It's not like your hometown, and it's not like the previous country you visit. It's always new. And so I did that for a couple of years, and now I'm just back here in Thailand, and I'm ready to use all my experience for use all my skills and experience for business, I guess you can say, business, and for my future.
Well, talking about that, actually, about the living experience, I've also done it. I've lived to 4 different countries, and indeed, everything is different. The shops, but mostly the most important things. But mostly the people are different. Because I went to school to all of these countries, and that country, that joke is okay. The other country, oh, they'll think you're weird. In that country, people are not really welcoming and don't really talk to you. In that country, they are welcoming. You get all that experience, and then you just, you know, after that, with that experience, you just know, like, where's the good place and where's the right place to be. And also, well, you know, I'm personally the happiest in Thailand, because here, people aren't as, I wouldn't say they aren't as,
sorry.
I would say people here in Thailand are way more chill, especially people that are halfies like me, like half things, because we all grew up the same mostly, and we all like agree on the same things. And here in Thailand, what I like is that between us halfies, every single humor is like plausible. We can talk about anything we want. We're not gonna get cancelled by anyone, not like in the USA where you get cancelled for anything. Honestly, but yeah. For me, honestly, what I don't like about Europe and many places is just people get offended or get weirded out by a few things that are not supposed to be weird. Or
basically, in Thailand, you're much more free to be yourself.
Yes,
it's much. There's much more freedom.
Talking about, I think I can talk about this. In Thailand, there is no LGBT thing here. Well, of course, there's still the Pride Month here. They celebrate it, alright, but that's fine. But what I mean is, people here, like all the transgenders and the gay people and the lesbians, they never talk to us about their sexuality. They just be themselves. They never like you know, ask us to like acknowledge them, ask us to respect them. Because they know that we don't really care, and they don't care what we like think anyways. So that's how everyone work out in harmony. It's because we all know that there's always gonna be gay people and transgender people walking around in Pattaya, but we're never gonna care. You know, it's their life and stuff like that. And there is no homophobia in Thailand. No one cares. We're all used to it anyways, to be honest. And same goes for the other way around. They never ask us for their for our acknowledgement. And that's why, in my opinion, here it's literally a country where you can be friends with gay people and transgender. You can even make gay jokes to them. They're not gonna be mad at you. That's how good, for me, Thailand handles kind of like a society here. Like, it's just really
they don't take anything offensive. We're not
exactly.
Yeah, we're just cool.
There is no community. There is no vegan going on around. There's some vegan food, and no vegans go around a restaurant and say, oh, meat is stuff like that. In Thailand, nothing like that happens. And also in Thailand, there's barely any attacks or any murders.
Yeah, but isn't Thailand like you know, like people must be asking themselves, isn't Thailand like poor, like has like, because it's a third world country, isn't it like not advanced?
Well, that's
completely wrong.
Well, actually, no. Technologically speaking, it is not the most advanced country. Far from it. But in terms of people's,
it is. Like compared to many countries in Europe, it's really advanced.
Exactly. In many things, it's advanced in Thailand, and also
especially Bangkok.
Yes.
Bangkok, literally, it literally looks like New York, but just a bit smaller.
Yeah, that's it. And if you go, for example, to Tokyo or if you go to other countries in Asia, because Japan as well is literally the most modern looking country in Asia. Oh, it's crazy. They have robot restaurants over there.
Oh, I want to go to Japan so badly. We also have some robot restaurants here.
Yeah,
but not as advanced as Japan.
No. The only restaurant there is Yayoi. It's not as good.
Not Yayoi. Like there's multiple.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been to
bro, I should bring you to one.
Yeah, definitely. But,
oh yeah, and also the huge advantage is that everything here is cheap. Even properties that you see in America that cost like millions, bro, they only cost like a couple of hundreds of thousands here.
Exactly. And the only thing that's more expensive in Thailand is actually sports cars and everything, because of all the taxes and the fact that it's imported from Europe. It makes everything, for example, BMW, it's more expensive. Also in Thailand, okay, if we're gonna talk about the price difference, let's imagine you want a meal, like a nice meal, right? In Thailand, if like you can have a meal here in Thailand, right, for around $1 something, $1.10 or something like that. I don't know. For exactly $1, you can have a full plate of rice, meats, and spices. Well, I mean, for example, stir-fried basil rice or something. I don't
they get the point. Yeah, they get
exactly.
the point.
In Thailand, for example, a can of Coke.
Yeah, they get it. They get the point, Justin. Okay. All right, so we that's it for our episode. So we're just gonna do a little recap for this episode. So as introduction, all right. So quick recap. My name is Rubens Attal. I'm 17 years old, and I run a real estate business. A real estate agency firm. Real estate firm. Yes. What else? We just started this podcast, and we hope that this podcast will turn out successful. Actually, we're gonna do a bunch of other podcasts. We're gonna do not only ODYSSEY'S Echo podcast, we're also gonna do our House TLAC podcast, where we will mostly talk about real estate, houses, and all the real estate terms. What else? We're also
gonna have multiple language channels.
Yes, multiple language channel. ODYSSEY'S Echo is going to have English, French, Thai,
Russian
and
as well, right?
Yeah, and Russian too, actually, but that will be hosted by other people. It's not gonna be hosted by us because I cannot speak Russian. So, but they will still be the hosts of the Russian ODYSSEY'S Echo podcast. And yeah, so a quick recap of Justin.
Well, my real name is Ashton Duffy, but as you know, you can just call me Justin because
you're 16 years old.
And I'm 16 years old. I'm about to turn 17 this month. And well, I am a manager at Rubens real estate agency firm, and like I said to you guys, I promise to you guys that in a few months I'll lose some weight. So you guys must be asking yourself, why would you stick with ODYSSEY'S Echo podcast? Again, we will talk about a very interesting topic. This episode is a bit boring because it's just an introduction of ourselves, but in the upcoming episodes, I think it's gonna be much more fun. We're gonna talk about everything. It's gonna be real interviews where we're gonna ask each other like real questions, and you guys see the point. And then I think there's gonna be like many more fun things. Yes. Maybe we'll jump around like monkeys, or we're gonna invite some guests over and shit like that. Exactly. It's gonna be really fun. And also, of course, we're gonna have some guests, and we're gonna have obviously some debates as well. Yeah, debates, of course. Debates episode will be very fun. So yeah, again, relationship, political problems, everything. Honestly, everything. That's what ODYSSEY'S Echo is going to be about, and especially talking about the path that teenagers should, worry about. Not worry about, just... I don't know how to explain it, but you guys get the point. Exactly. Yeah, okay. So, anyways, we're just going to wrap this episode up. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching ODYSSEY'S Echo's podcast. If you guys are one of the first viewers and you made it this far for our first episode, we really appreciate you. Thank you really much thank you really much. Honestly, thank you, Justin, for coming. You're gonna see Justin probably 95% of the time of every podcast. Exactly. I'm always gonna be here. It's my cocoon. Okay. Anyways, thank you really much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Seriously. And shout us out to all your friends, family members, or anybody that you know. Share it to your cat. Share it to someone who
is also searching for their way, a teenager, maybe your son, if there's a father watching, share this to your son will definitely be interested watching us.
Exactly.
We are the future of Thailand, we are the future of the internet.
So don't forget to subscribe, and I mean it, subscribe.
And stop being a loser.
Tell them to subscribe, bro.
Okay, subscribe, stop being a loser. Thank you very much.
Don't be a pussy.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Woo. Was that good? I think